the best teams in the league. And I thought, for 3 quarters, we did a really good job. And I think the end of the half was tough, but we were still up at halftime, and it was a physical game. We have to continue to learn how to play through physicality, and I thought we missed some good looks, and they were able to get down and convert those in transition, and that's just that. That competitive endurance is something that that we need to continue to develop. But I thought we did. We battled and got a good test of where we are, and we're not there yet, but some really good things.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Zach. He seems like he's really settling in through the first 3 games. What are you seeing from him as far as his composure and maturity?
Yeah, I don't want to be critical of Zach, but Zach led us in scoring for the first teams in the preseason, and then the regular season started, and he got knocked back a little bit, and then he punched back tonight, and obviously I'm using that metaphorically. But my desire with Zach is for us to not get too high or too low. And I think that's what he deserves as a player, whether he's picked 1 or 19 or 58. I just want him to keep getting better, and that's the really encouraging thing, to see things that he's working on show up in the game. So feel good about that, and happy for him to have a chance to, whether he's coming off the bench or starting, it really doesn't matter. It's the minutes that he's out there, and I thought he really competed, and he's got really good instincts.
Now, I just wanted to ask you about your bench production tonight. I thought they held it down. Trey got a couple instances of rest throughout the game. Just what do you think about your bench, and in particular David Roddy?
Yeah, I think I said before the game, we have confidence in those guys, whether it was Garrison and David, obviously, Veet. We're playing with that group without, anyone that's got experience in this league at the point guard position. And for those guys collectively, I think, to play together the way they have, Jalen handles the ball more. I think O gives us some of that as well, where those guys really have to share and defend collectively. We had some really good defensive possessions. I thought, if there's one thing to me that stood out, throughout the first half in particular was the way we guarded, and we just have to be able to sustain that. And those guys, that's where they can put a flag in the ground and guard and hopefully score off some of their stops. Really for all of us, but that group in particular. Okay. Yep.